Greetings to you. Once again, I'm Brother Abdul Haq Muhammad, the student minister of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Brothers and sisters, very briefly, I want to take on a subject entitled, Is it Gangsta or Displaced Aggression? Is it gangster or displaced aggression? Because it seems like everything that we do in the hood, as it pertains to violence, we call it gangster. And why is that? You see, one of the things that traumatized people need and do in order to help us cope and make sense out of what happens is we give meaning, definition, or classification to what happens as a form of empowerment and control, and trying to better process and help us understand what happens. Because behind every behavior there is a need, and behind every need there is an emotion. Unfortunately, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan have taught us that our lack of knowledge of self has caused us to misdiagnose our behaviors, our needs, and our emotions. So oftentimes what we define as gangster is nothing more than frustration that morphs into aggression that ultimately becomes displaced. And displaced aggression happens when we take out our anger and our frustration on that which is really not the cause or the source of our anger and our frustration. So since you can't kill the poverty that you live in, you can't kill the dysfunction of your family, you can't kill the fact that maybe your father was absent or your mother was on drugs, so you decide to kill something else. And oftentimes that something else that you kill is another brother or sister who is just as angry and as frustrated as yourself. So when we ask, is it gangster or is it displaced aggression? It has to be displaced aggression, because the Bible says in the book of Genesis, the 1st chapter, the 26th verse, and God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness. The Bible says in the book of Psalms in the 82nd chapter, the 6th verse, you are all God's children of the Most High God. The Bible says in the book of Ecclesiastics in the 7th chapter, the 29th verse, lo, this only have I found, that God hath made man upright. The Holy Quran says in the 30th chapter, the 30th verse, and set thy face for religion being upright, the nature made by Allah, which